All right, let's get it. It's time for me to talk about my journey. It's time for me to talk about my journey. Um, it's important that I talk about my journey because it's something that I've never truly talked about, and I feel like it's the holiday season. This is the perfect time to do it. You feel me? So, before we get to that journey, though, I got to give credit when credit's due. I have to give credit when credit is due. There's laws that I've wanted repealed since I read about it. I read about some laws back in 2000 and I officially read about them about 2013ish is when I officially read about them. And I felt like Obama should have did this, but he just commuted sentences and things of that nature. Um, I don't really, that's cool. Commute sentences mean you get people out of jail. You speed it up, say, hey, they served enough time, get them out of here. But the issue is, and the reason why I truly believe black people did not fully support Hillary Clinton is because her and her husband were big advocates of these laws. Her husband actually passed these laws into, our judicial system, and it has been nothing but a complete detriment to black communities. Completely decimated our communities, took our fathers out of our communities, took our uncles, took our cousins, brothers, took them all out of our community for much, much longer than they should have been. And the punishment did not fit the crime. So I've been sitting here trying to advocate for this crime in particular, these laws, to all be removed. And we're finally getting it, actually. Donald Trump, wait. His son, which one was it? Sorry, his son-in-law, Jared Kushner, has been the senior advisor over this. He's been advocating for this bill forever. It's called the First Step Act. What it would do is it removes mandatory sentencing. So, for example, if they say, hey, if you get caught with for instance, that you get caught with a gun shit, if you get caught with a gun in the city of New York, minimum 3.5 years in New York City, minimum 3.5 years, and I think it's like 1 year for each bullet. That takes that minimum sentencing shit away. So somebody like Plexico Burrs would have never went to jail. Somebody like Lil Wayne would have never went to jail because of the minimum sentencing guidelines. It's also got that the three strike rule. It takes that off the table because before when it was 3 strikes you had to face life in jail. Now you still can do 35 years, but but instead you're not spending the rest of your life in jail over nonviolent drug offenses. It also, speaking of nonviolent drug offenses, it lowered the sentencing for that completely. I'm not a person who advocates drug dealers. I'm not a person who thinks drug dealers should be just roaming around free, not being punished for their actions. But I am a person who feels like a drug dealer shouldn't be treated the same as a murderer because at the end of the day, it's a two-party consent when it comes to drug dealing, not murder. With murder, I don't choose to get murdered. You just killed me. But with drug dealing, if I'm a crackhead or I'm a drug abuser, whatever the case may be, I chose to buy those drugs. You feel what I'm saying? Also in this First Step Act, it's going to get back to rehabilitating people through the prison system. So right now, you can't get a degree through the prison system no more. You can't get your high school diploma in most cases. It's a lot of, you can't get a trade no more. This First Step Act is now going to allow that to be back into our prison system. So when people get out, they can be viable citizens and they can be, they can actually be productive citizens in society. And that's something that we all advocated for that. And we're finally getting it through Trump, President Trump. At the end of the day, you can like him, you can dislike him, you can hate what he stands for, you can hate what he represents, whatever the case may be. But this law right here that's getting passed, this bill that's getting passed, has been something that has plagued my community for 20, how old is I? I'm about my age, since I've been born. I'm 28. So since I've been born, this shit has been plaguing my community. And the president is going to get that taken. They already expedited the bill. It's been, we had black activists and things of that nature in the background already working on this forever, and they finally got some support from this administration. and it's going to get passed. So I don't understand what we. There's nothing bad for me to say. Just to be completely honest, there's nothing bad for me to say. Um, the fact that it's happening is amazing to me. It's about damn time. Now we're gonna get more productive people back into the community. We're gonna get people back on their feet. People are not gonna be starving. People are not gonna have to go back to a life of crime because of some bullshit. A bullshit as non-violent crime at that. So I'm extremely excited about this whole thing, and I have no complaints whatsoever. I have no complaints. It's nothing bad to say about it. It's nothing to argue about. None of that. Now, something I do have a complaint about: the FBI. The FBI decided that now they're gonna make the Proud Boys identified as an official hate group. Now, for those that don't know, I'm gonna get up. I like to speak in absolutes because a lot of people don't like speaking in absolutes. I like to speak in absolutes. So, far right Proud Boys. Okay, let me see where are we at. Here he is. All right. So the Proud Boys is a white nationalist, white supremacist organization started back in 2016. The Proud Boys have been wreaking havoc across the country for years. Anytime they having a rally, some violent shit happens. Not at the rally, but in that city. It's some racial, violent, crazy shit that happens anytime the Proud Boys are having a rally. So what made me scratch my head was they have a history of this. They have been very outspoken about this. So what has taken our FBI so fucking long to classify them as a hate group? Because if they were black and they did that, the motherfuckers be on most wanted list already. They would have been classified the moment they formed. They would have been hunted to damn near extinction at this point. It seems our judicial system moves a little faster when it comes to black people. They swift and they precise with the punishment when it comes to black people. And that's my issue. We Americans, right? We all supposed to be Americans, right? If we all Americans, everybody need to be treated the same, right? Or is that not the case? Is that not the case? Let me know. Because the Proud Boys have been wreaking havoc since they started. They started on hate. They started on wreaking havoc. They started Charlottesville, if I'm not mistaken. Proud Boys started out in Charlottesville, if I'm not mistaken. Let me confirm. Let me confirm, because I like to speak in absolutes. They promote political violence. Vice Media co-founder and former commentator Gavin McInnes is the founder of the Proud Boys. He started dissing himself from the alt-right and all the old bullshit. Unite the Right rallies. Yep. That was in Charlottesville. Charlottesville was the Unite the Right rally. That's where it started at. All that violence that happened. When all that violence happened out in Charlottesville, it motivated the Proud Boys to be formed by Vice Media's co-founder. So what takes so long for our judicial system to punish white people? I do not understand it. As I brush my beard. At the end of the day, we need to have zero tolerance for this type of behavior. I don't give a fuck what race you are, to be honest with you. But our judicial system needs to speed it the fuck up when it comes to everyone that's not white. Excuse me, everyone that is white. I'm not one of those people who just out here thinking that all white people are evil. I'm not one of those people who hey, I think all white people, we need to make white people are the most dangerous people in America. I'm not one of them people. Because I don't want to be I don't want to be looked at like that anymore. I'm tired of being looked at as one of the just dangerous just because of my skin color. So I'm a reciprocity person. You know what I mean? I'm gonna meet you with the same energy you meet me with. There was 2 shootings today, one in Denver, one in Chicago. What the fuck is going on? We need to get to the bottom of these. We need to identify the shooters. That's about, I think we had 310 mass shootings for the year. And mass shootings means 4 or more people outside of the shooter. Those are considered mass shootings. So we had 310. It's 365 days in the year. So that means damn near almost every day. You know what I mean? We didn't even have a 2-month break. Probably like 310, 315 at this point. So back to my point of the Proud Boys. The Proud Boys was formed at the Charlottesville riots, and the issue with the president and that whole situation when he was talking about there's good people on both sides. No, actually, there wasn't. No, sorry. A lot of those people that attacked a lot of people in Charlottesville have been arrested and charged and been sent to jail already. Thanks to our brother Sean King, he's been putting in a lot of work finding these people, digging up the information, and getting it to the authorities. I know some people would like to say, "Oh, you snitching! Oh, you snitching and shit! You snitching!" No, not the case. People like that need to go to jail. You out here beating people because they're protesting. I feel like all protests should be nonviolent. But if violence seeks you, you need to return it. I don't know why all this scare. I keep telling y'all keep being scared if you want to. Be scared. If you scared, go to church. Don't be out in these field. Don't be out in the field. If you scared, go to church. Don't be out in the field. Because that ain't for you. If you ain't ready to return that same energy, then you need not to be out there. Because it's dangerous. It's dangerous. I know y'all like to sugarcoat things and you want to be nice about things and all that. You like to go high when they go low. I'm going to the floor with them. I'm gonna go to the floor with you. I'm bringing that same energy. I'm sorry, and I'm not even a naturally angry or aggressive person. I just always been a person who's always gonna protect myself. I'm always gonna stand up for myself, and I'm never gonna let nobody disrespect me in no way, shape, or form. You know what I mean? So if you about that action, then I'm about that action too. I'm not unfamiliar. I'm not unfamiliar with it. I'm sorry. I grew up in a different environment than a lot of y'all. I'll take it places a lot of y'all won't take it. I cuts a little deeper than y'all cut. I be telling people, even with people that be trying to exchange words with me, I'm like, yo, you don't want to go there because I take it there and don't care, and I expect you to take it there. You feel me? That's the thing. That's the difference between me. I expect people to take it all the way there, so I'm gonna get there before you do, and let you know where I'm at with it. So come with it. You feel me? I argue with this dude in one of these groups. He talking about, well, you posting it. I'm like, yo, why you only one insecure about your sexuality, huh? Only one. Everybody else got the message, but you real insecure about your sexuality, my dude. What's up? He started going all over the place with it. I had to go cut him deep, and I ain't hear from him since. You feel me? What's that? I ain't hear from him since. But let's get to my journey. Let's get to my journey because it's not gonna be too long of a podcast, too long of a vlog. Let's get to my journey. All right. So, oh man, where do I begin at this point? Let's just start with somewhat of the good, and then go to the bad, and then to the no. Let's start in the bad because it's more stuff that I talk about towards the tail end of it than towards the now than I would of all that before. So in 2016, I recognize now that I went into a depression, like halfway through, I realize now I went through a depression. I don't know what was wrong. I don't know what caused it. I think it was just life itself. I think it was a combination of a lot of things. But I went through a very, very dark time. Like I found myself in my room, skipping work, calling out of work. You know what I mean? In my room all day, in the dark, watching TV. Shit, I don't do that. Let me be clear. Some people be like, "Yo, that sounds like a great time." That's not a great time for me. I don't sit around and watch TV all day. I don't. I still haven't even watched the not Game of Thrones, but Walking Dead latest episode. I'm only a day late, but I usually, watch it usually that night or the next day or whatever the case may be, whatever. But I don't sit in rooms and just watch TV all fucking day or binge watch anything. I do not do that. I actually got rid of my cable box in my basement where, I have a TV down here, but I don't even have cable on this motherfucker because I don't do that. So for me to do that was a tall tale sign of where I was at. I just didn't work. At the time I was making music. I didn't make any music. I didn't write. I haven't wrote a song even now. Now at this point, I think I'm probably moved on from music at this point, but I haven't wrote a song since 2016. Legit. Did not write a lyric since 2016. Now, I recorded and released something in 2017. Actually, I recorded it in 2016 and released it in 2017, early 2017. But I did not. I even did a video in 2016 and put it out in 2017. But I have not wrote a lyric since 2016. It's almost 2019 now. So during that time, though, I started to reevaluate some things. I started to reevaluate what I wanted out of life, what I wanted to do in my life, what was my primary goal, what was my focus, what I needed to do. You know, it's funny because I got my associate's degree in 2016. So you think I'll be, you know, happy I gotta get a hall. You think I'll be a little happy? I was happy about that, but I got fatter. I was at my fattest in 2016. I mean, I'm talking. No, 2017 actually I got my fattest. At 2016 I was at about 260. And then by 2017 I was at 290. You know what I mean? In less than a year I gained 30 pounds. I was at 290. And then as I always get checkups and sonograms because I had some liver issues, you know, a while back. So I still always get it checked out just out of paranoia, out of anxiety, to be completely honest with you. That's my anxiety, is, you know, some type of disease creeping up on me and I don't catch it in time because I didn't go to the doctors to get checked out. But this is why you should go to the doctors and get checked out, because in 2017, I was going for my normal checkup in May, and they found a benign tumor on my stomach. So I'm like, oh, what's going on here? Doctor was like, we can just wait it out or we can cut it off. You know what I mean? What do you want to do? And honestly, I say, I'm cutting it off. Because y'all say it's benign now. A benign tumor is basically a non-cancerous tumor. The problem is with benign tumors, they can turn cancerous if the doctor don't know what the fuck they talking about or if the doctor misdiagnosed. So I was like, no. Cut it off. You know what I mean? The doctor was like, hey, if we cut it off, you know, it's going to be, you know, you're going to be out of work for a week or two. You know, whatever the case may be, it's an easy procedure, easy recovery, things of that nature. But it's going to restrict you as far as your eating habits. So me being shit, I'm like, oh well, I need to lose weight any motherfucking way. Maybe this can help me. So because of that, I was able to get a nutritionist through my insurance, and the nutritionist just helped, you know, sat with me and we just discussed at length. And I was in there with that motherfucker about an hour and a half, 2 hours. We would just discuss my eating habits. I just put it all on the table, man. Like, look, this is what I do. This, and he just gave me tips off the rip, like, hey, stop doing this, do this. Stop doing this, do this. Stop doing this, do this. Like, it was a slow progression on what to do. So, you know, leading up to that surgery, because the surgery got scheduled for January of 2018, January 4th, I believe. And they like, all right, so what's gonna happen here is, you know, after the surgery, I'm gonna jump ahead real quick before I jump back. After the surgery, you should lose about, you know, 20 pounds. They said you should lose about 20 pounds because you're gonna be restricted for that week or two. So, you know, within that time frame, you know, you get to lose about 20 pounds because we cutting off a little bit of your stomach, plus we cutting out getting the tumor out of there. So I'm like, all right, cool. This is a win-win for me. I get rid of a tumor and I get to lose a little weight, and hopefully this motivates me to lose more. So through that nutritionist, because my diet was so restricted, I asked him, how much of this diet can I sustain without, you know, killing myself or being too tired. He was like, go on, you know, he told me a bunch of vitamins to start taking, and I can continue on with that diet that I was on. And, you know, and then he said, and then, you know, weeks leading up to the actual surgery itself, I was put on a liquid diet. And he told me I can do that liquid diet, you know, every couple months. You know, I just do it for a week though. Don't do it for as long as I had to do it prior, leading up to the, you know, the surgeries. I just do it for a week. So the surgery's supposed to have me lose 20 pounds. So I'm like, all right, I'll be down to 270, but, you know, I already got this nutritionist. I might as well try and milk him. So I had a nutritionist, you know, draw me up like a macros, pretty much macros plan, or, you know, like a light macros plan, because he didn't give me specific grams, but excuse me. But he told me the type of things I need to eat, what I need to take out of my diet, what I need to put more into. So essentially, what it came down to, based on my eating habits and things of that nature, is I needed to eat less sugar and more protein. and work out. He said, do whatever you can. No matter what kind of workout you can do whatever you can. So I decided, hey, I'm gonna listen this time. You know what I mean? Plus, I'm gonna have to listen in order to get right, to get healthy. So I meet with the doctors. They do my blood work. They's like, all right, yeah, it's a benign tumor, no cancer. We're gonna cut it off. All right, cool. You're gonna lose about 20 pounds, but that's about all we can tell you. So I go and get the surgery to get the tumor cut off, the benign tumor cut off. It was like on the left side of my stomach. It was like over there, whatever the case may be. So I get the benign tumor cut off, and I followed the nutritionist instructions. And the nutritionist had to see me through my recovery too. So he had to see me through the leading up to the surgery plus through the recovery. And the recovery is only supposed to be a week or two. So I made it seem like it was 2 weeks. So I get more on the nutritionist. You know what I mean, if I'm gonna be paying for this motherfucking health insurance, I might as well use it. So as I was getting back on the mend, I was telling them like, hey man, I'm finding that I like this stuff and I'm doing this and this is working and this is working. And then I lost this shit ton of weight by listening to that nutritionist. And essentially it just came down to changing my eating habits and doing a little bit of exercise 3 to 4 days a week. So I ended up losing like 90 pounds, all in all, due to, a combination of getting that. I blame it's like a bad thing turned good. Like I found out I had a tumor, I had to get it cut off. They said I lose 20 pounds. I turned that 20 into fucking 90. Like, and I noticed that helped, like mentally, that helped me definitely more confident. You know what I mean? Definitely made me more confident, and it kind of inspired me. That tumor that they found on my stomach inspired the fuck out of me. It was like, yo, you could have been out of here. You know what I mean? That could have turned into anything. You could be going through hell right now. I mean, you can be going through all types of millions of appointments and chemotherapy, whatever. Like, you don't know what that could have turned into. Because they say it's benign, but I know not a million people. I know plenty of people who said they know somebody who said they had a benign tumor and they ended up being cancerous and whatever the case may be. So when I heard benign, I didn't act like I didn't even hear benign. You know what I mean? I just heard tumor. And I was like, what the fuck do I need to do to get this taken care of? So, and I started reflecting on my life. I'm like, well, with such a thing like that happening, you don't know if it can come back or whatever the case may be. You need to figure out what's up. So I ended up, I was back in school, and at this point, I ended up going to Buff State after I graduated in 2016. I was supposed to go to Buff State in fall of 2016, but I ended up not going until spring of 2017 because of schedule conflictions and things of that nature. So I went back to school. I'm in school. Even then, even during like the whole surgery process, like the surgery happened during my break from in between semesters, and they said its healing was gonna take 2 weeks, and then week 3 I was back in school, so it was like, yo, I was still a little hurt going back to school and shit. But whatever, did what I had to do, busted down over the summer, busted down even more, and I got I lost a shit ton of weight, but that wasn't enough. You know what I mean? It was more so of like I had to sit back and reflect, and I had to be honest with myself. I had to truly be honest with myself. Like, what gets you going? What wakes you up? What excites you? You know what I mean? What makes you happy? What is it that you can feel like you can do all day and never get tired of it? When the last time you did this? AKA, when the last time you wrote a song? You know what I mean? Do you love it as much as you say you love it? Do you love making music as much as you say you do? Um, you know, what is it? What is it that you want out of this whole thing? Do you want to deal with that lifestyle? Do you want to go and live that lifestyle? Is that what you want? And I came to the conclusion, I don't think that's what I want. I love making music. Don't get me wrong. Maybe I will pick back up the pen in the future. I don't know, but I felt like I moved on to something else, something that truly fulfills me, and that's media. You know what I mean? I'm developing more things. I'm producing a podcast, Trap Nerd. I have my own podcast, which is this, of course. I started doing this just live video as well, live video to podcast. I have an interview series I'm developing. I was supposed to be writing a TV script back in 2016. I ended up writing 4 episodes. I wrote 4 episodes for a web series. during that time, and then I hit that depression wall, and it was like I stopped writing, and I was like, you know what, I want to take my journey, because I didn't talk to nobody, like I didn't tell nobody, yo, I think I'm depressed, or I think I'm like, I wasn't able to fully conceptualize it until after the fact, and that could have been too late. Like there's no telling where I could have been. I started drinking crazy, and it was terrible. You know what I mean? So I ended up, I ended up, coming to the realization that I'm only going to do what I want to do. If I don't want to do it, I will not agree to do it. Anything I agree to do and it becomes an inconsistent thing or it starts to waste my time, I will stop doing it. And that's where I'm at right now. Any people that I want to hang out with, I will hang out with. If you want some bullshit and you don't want to, you know what I mean, you don't want to contact me, you don't want to talk, you don't want to holler at me, it's whatever. You know what I mean? I compliment people more. I'm nicer to people. I do things differently. I live my life differently because I know I could have not been here. And I hate that it had to get to that point for me to get this way, but I've always been a decent person, genuine person. I just want to be even better person. You feel me? So, and now I'm here. I'm back to the point where I need to get back to writing, which I think I want to finish. I want to, because the idea I had for the script that I originally wrote is gone. I don't even want to do that no more. I feel like I can tell a very important message in a short film, like an hour or something like that, 45 minutes to an hour. I think I can tell a very important message, maybe even 30 minutes. I don't know. However long, I don't care. I'm going to tell a very important message, a very important script. I think what I can do with it can be vital. And then I'm also going to be doing some work with my Trap Nerd guys. We're going to be doing some stuff together. And I really want to put that stuff together. So, that's where I'm at this point. I'm in the point of I'm creating, and I'm inspired to create. I'm back creating. I'm developing things. I'm getting things in the work. Like this interview series I want to do is going to be so dope. I want to do it over my break. I realize when I get out of school, I'm gonna have so much time to do so much dope shit. But I'm not gonna wait till May. I'm gonna work around my schedule, and then after that we're gonna shut down some things and then go. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna on my break because I think I'm done with this semester in a couple weeks, and then I'm gonna be in my last final semester to graduate. So during that break, I'm gonna develop the interview series, and then when I get back to school, I'm gonna do my writing and prepping for my summer projects, which would be the movie that I want to work on, and I want to work on a documentary about something that's local. I don't want to give all the information out just yet, but that's what I want to do. So that's where I'm gonna be at with it. And at this point, what I want y'all to get out of this is I want y'all to just talk to your friends, talk to your family, make sure they're good, man. Check on them. Say, yo, man, you all right? How you doing? How you feeling? You know what I mean? You good? You good? Like, whatever you gotta say, you know what I mean? Check on them because you don't know what somebody can be going through. Maybe if you notice something different, like, yo, you been in your room all day watching movies? What? Why? That sounds crazy to me. You been doing that all day? You know what I mean? At that time, I was on my 4 to 12 shift and everything, so it's just like, it's just, it was a tough time for me, man. I didn't know how bad it was until I got out of it. I'm like, damn, yo, I was in crippling depression. That's crippling depression. So, I didn't seek out any professional help. I probably should. I probably should still go check out, make sure I stay mentally on top of my game. I definitely still go to my checkups now. You know what I mean? So I still do my 6-month appointments and make sure I'm tested for everything. I ain't trying to have nothing creep up on me. I've been doing that since 2012. That's how I was able to catch the liver. That's how I was able to catch the benign tumor, stuff like that. So, you know, I've pretty much been just staying on top of that. So maybe I should, go seek some professional help and make sure I'm still tip top. Make sure I work some things out. Maybe I got some demons that I need to exercise and get up out of me and discuss and go through some things, whatever. I don't know. So I just want y'all to get that message out of my journey, out of my story, because I feel like it's an important thing to talk about, especially with mental health becoming a thing now. Charlamagne wrote a book. I ain't read it yet. I think I'm kind of like dodging it, to be completely honest with you, because I'm pretty fast when it comes to books. I'm not even reading anything at this point. I haven't read anything in a couple months actually. Um, Typically, I'll be on top of that kind of stuff. So Man, that's my journey. Tell me about your journey, man. Drop a comment, inbox me, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? If you want me to post it, if you're okay with me posting it, I'll still keep your identity secret. But I feel like it's important that we talk about it, especially as black people, especially as black men, because we act like we the just the toughest, mentally toughest, physically toughest guys in the world. And a lot of us be going through shit that we can help each other through and become better, become more emotionally mature, if we just speak out and talk about it. That's something we should do more often. You ain't got looked at as being soft. You should be mentally mature for your kids, man. Especially us that got kids. I got 2 boys and a daughter. I need to be mentally mature for them, because if I'm not mentally mature for them, I can't help them become mentally mature. If they're not mentally mature, they're gonna become more. We're just gonna be breeding out more broken adults, more broken human beings in this world. That's the last thing we need in this world of craziness. You feel me? We need more healthy adults, more strong adults. You know what I mean? So tell me your story if you want to. You don't have to. I just wanted to tell y'all my story, what I've been through. I appreciate y'all tuning in. I know most of y'all gonna listen and watch on the playback. That's cool. But I really, really appreciate y'all listening. And prayers up, libations for the ancestors, man. For real. That's where that shit come from. It come from me, mentally, engaging and trying to get my spirits up. You know what I mean? Get my spirits up, because it's important to have your mental right. You feel me? But I'm about to get off here. Man, nice little short one. Only 30 minutes, but we'll be back live. Of course, I've been delivering. I've been consistent. I love it. So I appreciate y'all, man. I really, 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 really appreciate y'all tuning in. Holla at me. All right? Peace.